Good evening. This is the video newsletter for Buy Sell Short for Tuesday, January 4th. Market fantastic yesterday. You recall on the Sunday video, I had mentioned that the Dow has averaged about 150 points upside on the first day of the new year, the last couple of years, and actually has done very well over the last 6 years. And yesterday was no different as new money rushed in. We got a fat little pop on the market, and then today we saw some consolidation. If you're peering through some of the chat rooms and message boards, you had the bears yet again for what the 40th time in the last 40 days coming out and calling for another top on the market. If you pay attention at all to that waste of time show, CMBS, they were, of course, parading the bears and the shorts on TV today, right when the market was at its lowest. And what has been dead on accurate for who knows how long, whenever they are bullish or whenever they are bearish on CNBS, the opposite always happens. Today they were bearish, so the market bounced. Simple as that. They sell agendas, and you and I are not the ones buying the agenda. And that's all we're going to say there. Big sell-off in commodities. We'll actually jump over to the dollar here. Big sell-off in commodities over the last 2 days. And the excuse used... if you watch the business headlines today, the market was down 4 points. And if you read the headlines, it said, commodities hammered on weakness in stocks. You know, that's just a business writer who has absolutely no idea how the markets work, stretching for, a headline for the morons to read. Last 2 days, commodities, gold was down massive today, $30+. We had a $2 drop in oil. What's happening here is just sector rotation. That is all. They had fat runs in December in gold and in oil. And the funds that ran them up by selling now, they lock in their gains without paying the taxes for another year. So that's what's going on right now. Merely sector rotation. They're getting out of the commodities, getting ready possibly to move into small caps and whatnot. Dollar did bounce off that 50-day moving average, so we'll have to see if it's able to get back above the 80 level. Back to the 15-minute chart, you can see support right now is around 11,575 to 600. Now, the indicators, look pretty decent here. We had a lot of doom and gloom today, and the market was, held up really well. A lot of the doom and gloomish out there was traders listening to the clowns on TV. And the sell-off in commodities, usually when you see that kind of sell-off in commodities, it sort of pushes the speculative money to the side. It gives them a little pause. But, they're moving from one thing and getting ready to go into another, and that's how we're going to view it. Daily chart, we continue to slowly move higher. We're overbought. There's, nothing we can say about it. One thing to note, however, on the chart, check the volume. We finally got some volume yesterday. It sort of died off again today, but that was very positive to see yesterday. And the weakness we saw early today on low volume was actually a good sign as well, considering the higher volume we had yesterday. SMH, volume has actually started to tick up over the last couple of days. And as you can see, we're getting a nice bounce off the support line on stochastics. 33.25 is the level we want to watch, and we want to see that level break with probably 10 million in volume to get a real comfort level. I sent out, yesterday, today, great days for our newsletter plays and our January plopper plays, doing very well. Sort of, we got kicked in the nuts today by TRID with their stupid friggin' warning in after hours. Couldn't they have waited till after CES? I mean, come on, guys, you morons. You could have warned when your stock was at 220 in 2 days' time, not now. But, there's a whole video on that. Losses are going to happen. We take it with a grain of salt and we move on. We make it back on the next couple of trades. Simple as that. SCON, Superconductor Technologies. This is one we've been waiting for CES over the last couple of weeks. Nice volume move on it today. We've got CES on Thursday. Possibly some news coming, fingers crossed here, but a very nice chart breakout. 170, 180 plus is our target here. EMKR, this was another January popper play. Shook us out over the last couple of days, but you recall we were getting ready to jump back in this one. If you didn't jump in on Friday, yesterday was the jump in point, or today. Nice volume break on it today. You can see that 200-day moving average has acted as nice support. Late in the day, it got a really quick drop, which was why I sent out the alert to pick up some more shares. We can place stops on those new shares at $1.08 is what we'd place on stops, and we're looking for a move to the 50-day moving average up there at 132. And you'll recall the reason we jumped into EMKR last 2 years over the next couple of days, January 5th through January 7th, has a tendency of putting in really big pops. So let's see what happens over the next couple of days. You know how I love trends in stocks, and we had that earnings sell-off, and earnings weren't really that bad, and now we looking like we're got a curled bottom and a nice little snapback. We've got RSI curling, stochastics right where we want them to be on a bottomed out stock, and a break over $1.20 should bring the buying volume in on this one. PRKR, very nice action on this one today on very, very good volume. We actually got to close at 54 cents, right below the breakout point. We break that 55-cent level tomorrow, and we are off to the races here, especially if we get a nice little press release. Remember, this is a stock that tanked over the last couple of months. This is when the company started shopping and looking for financing. This is when the financiers came in, shorted the shit out of the stock, and this is where they run it back up and make their games. That's how this financing game works on small cap stocks. Very nice action on this one. Rock solid support now at the 50-day moving average, 45 cents, and the chart and the indicators look really, really good here. WEST, another nice press release today. They came out, they hired an investment relations firm to actually get their story out there, which is great. But if you read the press release, in it the company reaffirmed their 50% revenue guidance and said they're going to be break even this in mid-year. So in the next quarter, they're going to be break even. That's fantastic. I mean, most of these solar stocks piss red ink, and here we have one that's a penny stock with a nice setup on its chart that's about to go, positive on its earnings. Breakout, 55 cents, lights the candle here, and we're just waiting for traders to catch on. MVIS. This was a chat room play yesterday into CES. Posted some research on it. They got a big run up, you recall, early December on a rumor with the iPhone. It actually looks like that is legit. They're going to be presenting a projector for the iPhone at CES this week, and they're also presenting at Macworld, so that confirms that rumor that an analyst slapped down as being nonsense. But that's what analysts on stocks under $5. Analysts for the most part are morons and have no idea what the hell they're talking about and have hidden agendas. Under 5 stocks, they've got ulterior motives like you wouldn't believe. Nice little setup here. That breakthrough 215 right on the close actually painted it down, but that was a BS paint on the close. We possibly could see a move to that 200-day moving average tomorrow into Thursday. So we've got a nice little upside here, especially on a break of 2. If you're not in this one, wait for the next trade. This is a chat room play that we got into 195 yesterday. So we're up nicely on it. No need to chase this one. Just watch and see how the play develops. Level 3, we got a nice pop on this one yesterday. Sort of disappointed that we didn't get some follow-through on it today. So hopefully we're seeing what happened when we got into it back in November. We got a big pop, retrace, and then another pop. So let's see if that follows through tomorrow. Now, big winner for us today. I've said that saying. This is turd season. Turds have big runs. PLUG, this was a turd we did an alert on a few days ago. Huge pop today out of the blue on very nice volume. The sellers all of a sudden were out of the way, and the stock hit 48 cents. I mean, our targets here were 44, 48 cents, and 50 cents plus. I mean, we hit 2 of our 3 targets already. Book 3/4 of your gains and go singing to the bank. And this actually sort of makes up for that TRID fucking disaster in after hours. But, enough about that. PLUG, this is why we love January popper plays. These stocks that get beaten down towards the end of the previous year have really big fat pops, especially the ones under the $2 range. NEI was a very nice winner for us yesterday. Continued today. Very nice move. got hurt a little with the weakness in later in the day. So hopefully we'll see this one snap back again tomorrow. But, first target was hit on this one, and we continue to hold. This could be one you could stick in your long-term accounts. That's pretty much it for the update. You'll notice not a whole lot of email alerts over the last couple of days. We're still playing those January pauper plays. There's a lot of plays in the chat room. PEIX was one. You actually pull that one up that we jumped into the chat room today at 83 cents. So we got a nice little game. But a lot of these stocks are moving so fast that there's not enough time to send an alert at, or they're mostly day trades. So don't worry. There's a lot of plays coming up. We've got a lot on watch. Just being patient and waiting for the right setups. And that's it for the video. Any questions, shoot me an email or hit me up in the chat room, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.